Hello people, Zedster here. I'm just going to make a video on this level, kind of, addressing a lot of things. There's stuff behind there, but I'm not necessarily going to, look at the hidden stuff. I'm just going to go past the level regularly. Okay, so these are some issues with the level. They're not too bad. But here's the first issue. This cutscene is like a little bit too long. I know that sounds childish to say, and it's a low attention span type thing when someone's like, oh, it's too long. But this cutscene is actually unnecessarily long for what it is. As you can see. So, a little bit of Pumpkinator puzzles, nothing too hard. Okay. There's the filler sticker placements. You don't really have to do anything here, you could just jump like that. So most of the beginning is okay, I guess, besides the cutscene. Oh, and there's this. This is also unnecessarily long. You just have to keep it going. Wait for this to open. Boom, hook hat. So yeah, it's basically just extremely unnecessary. Could use a quickness fix. Here's another thing. The placements of most of these climbables. They're not really annoying if you're like really good at avoiding them, but for a regular player I expect those to be extremely annoying because they'd have to just climb up or try to blow it, but would instead accidentally start climbing up. Here's another unnecessary part. Basically just the timers of these could be drastically shortened. Those timers are just so unnecessary for this level. This part over here is a little bit buggy. I might not die here this time, but sometimes when blowing them down and you land on them, you could get killed by the gas. This part is one of those parts that the hook hats, I didn't mention this earlier, but some parts, the hook hat placement, or the rail placement for the hook hat, is really bad. So here, for example, if you just try to hold it like that, you can grab the ground. And sometimes if you jump and hold it, you can still grab the ground. So it's just like really bad hook hat placement. So basically you have to jump like that and just jump again right when you get on it, or else you're going to slide back to the ground and grab it again. So that's pretty simple. Whoa, okay, that's a kill tweaker that we might need to... So this is another one of those parts where you just gotta use the hitbox, or use the rail at a different point than what it's supposed to be used at because of the placement. Boy. Okay. Here, there's a bug where you can get stuck inside of this. I'm gonna try to recreate it. As you see, I'm just inside of it now. You can't really get back out. You can use the hook hat though, at the spot on the left, because the railing is kind of inside of it. But other than that, you can't really get back out. I have a theory on how you can get back out. Maybe you can use the hook hat and, force yourself back out like you can force yourself inside of it. But other than that, it doesn't really look like you can get out. Whoa. And there's that jump sign, like that camera area too, where the camera is extremely bad. I expect most people to probably fail their first time, but I luckily have reaction speed. And that jump sign up there isn't really too visible with the camera like that, so And over here, you just change your layer downwards. There's nothing over there, but again, the camera kind of suggests that there is something up here, and this kind of looks like it's blocking the layer a little bit, but it's just a decoration. You'd know that if you use create mode a lot. But you know, if you're just a regular player and you're afraid of areas that look like this, where maybe gas might be down there, then, you know, hopping down there might be dangerous. But as you can see, it isn't, because the camera in the first place kind of shows it, which is fine. That's more of a nitpick than anything, really. So, you know, that doesn't really need to be fixed. One thing about the free points mechanism, or the points mechanism where you blow the little item up there, you should change it so that the points bubbles don't break when you're doing it. I mean, you can give them things like invincible, or what's it called, invulnerable, but that probably won't work, especially because it's an item. But you could probably make a different mechanic for it, like a box you just kind of push up and it hits a button that gives you points one time. Right, over here it's pretty easy to me, but it might malfunction or something. So that camera was pretty good. It could use a little nudge to the right, just so that player thing doesn't show, making the level feel just a bit better. But again, that's a nitpick. Okay, so this part, you just kind of do that, bounce up here, grab this, whoa, push that. You gotta be a little bit careful about it. There you go. Boom. That could also use a dynamic transition, such as the other hook hat rail, where it just kind of comes out. But you know, this time, like, let it be quick, not slow. There you go. So that's another hook hat spot I was talking about. It wouldn't be hard to make a hook hat hook hat rail transition. You just maybe copy and paste a lot of rails and use opacity tweakers, or use movers. This opening is also pretty generic, but that's whatever. You just kind of pop up out of nowhere. It's like da-na-na, because you couldn't really make much of a transition yourself. That's what I was talking about. The little gas hitbox. Little blocks here are actually useless. They're not really used for anything, just to make this path here time consuming. Just there to actually waste your time. Like, that's their only purpose.